get this started, I've already applied my eyeshadow base, which was the Painterly, well, actually no, the Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC, and I'm gonna use a 224 brush by MAC as well and apply my first shade, which is a transition shade. This one is Creme Brûlée by Makeup Geek, and by the way, I will be using pretty much all Makeup Geek eye products today. So first I'm gonna go in with Creme Brûlée and use that as a transition shade. Next, with that same brush, I'm gonna go into the shade Frappe. Frappe is just a darker but still warm version of Creme Brûlée, I would say. If you are looking for that shade that you can put in the crease, especially if you're a little bit darker, Frappe is just a darker version of Creme Brûlée. So I'm gonna go into the same brush and use that as a transition shade as well, just to deepen that. Next, I'm going to switch my brush. I want something a little bit more dense, and I'm going to go in with Cocoa Bear. This brush is, I think, the 217 brush from MAC, and I'm going to use that through the crease. I will be doing the sandwich method for this eye look. So I'm going to take that shade from the outer part of the eye to the inner part of the eye, and then I'm going to blend them to connect them through the crease. And of course you want to go back in with your original brush just to make sure everything blends seamlessly together, but try not to make everything fuse together, if that makes sense, because it's just going to look dirty. I feel like when you're working with like really warm shades in the crease, if you blend too much, it can just look like one blended mess. So just be careful with that you have a diffusion of color from dark to light up to the brow bone. I'm going to switch my brush again. This one is a 221 brush from MAC, and I'm going to go into the shade Bitten. And I'm pretty much going to do exactly what I did with Cocoa Bear. Only thing is that I'm going excuse me, I'm going to keep the shade a little bit more lower to the lid as opposed to like really blown out in the crease. But everything is just gonna, you know, kind of tie together. My advice though, if you are wary of using a color like Bitten, which is sort of like a reddish color, is go in with the Bitten first and then go with Cocoa Bear. This is the look that I was going for. I really wanted that warm red cranberry orangey crease. I don't do it often enough, but I absolutely love this look. You guys are gonna see that when I do go in with the lid color, you know, it's all gonna kind of blend and go together. Excuse me again. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back and pretty much do the exact same thing I did in my crease on my lower lash line. I do want this look to be smoky, and I do want the upper lid to connect with the bottom lid. So you do want to take at least one of those shades from what you do in the crease to the lower lash line. I went in with Frappe first, and then I went in with Cocoa Bear with a little bit of the Bitten. For my brow bone highlight, I'm going to use Vanilla Bean from Makeup Geek. This one is sort of like a matte shade, but it does have a tiny bit of shimmer to it. For my lid shade, I am going to be using the Insomnia pigment, and of course I'm going to go in with a base first because I do have to give this pigment something to stick to. And for that, I always go in with matte mix in medium. And you want to choose a brush that is a little bit firmer. You don't want something that's gonna be very frayed like a blending brush. You want something to be firm so that it can pick up the pigment, or else you're just gonna get fallout all over the place again. Okay, so once I've applied the shadow down, I'm going to go back in and just kind of blend the two together. Once again, keep this within that specific area. You don't want this to be all over the place. But I am going to go in and deepen the crease, and I prefer to do this after I lay the pigment down, which is my lid shade, because it just lets me know exactly where I need to deepen, and you know, just to complement the look and make it a little bit more smoky. And for this, I'm going to go in with a dense crease brush, and I'm going to go in with Corrupt, also by Makeup Geek. And of course you want to go back in and make sure that everything is blended. Okay, so next I'm going to go in and start working on the lower lash line, and I'm going to apply the Inglot number 77 gel liner to the waterline on the lower lash line as well as the upper lash line as well. I just wanted the look to be a little bit more smoky, and for me it just helps it to be more wearable. If you're someone that doesn't like that whole very warm look, you know what, it just makes the look more complete. If you are working with a warmer crease and you smoke out the lash line or make the look smokier, it just makes it more wearable, and I just feel like it just makes it more beautiful, makes it more sultry. But anyhow, I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more of the Corrupt eyeshadow and smoke out the lower lash line, making sure that it is blended with more Frappe, Cocoa Bear, even the brush that I used for the crease as well, which was the 221 that has the Bitten on it. But I'm not adding any more eyeshadows. It's just the brush with the residue from added the shades are just gonna help to, diffuse the lower lash line. Okay, so for lashes, I'm going to use these ones by Velour. I will leave the exact name down below. These are probably my favorite Velour lashes. And I do have them, a few of them, because I just absolutely love these. I will definitely leave the number down below. It reminds me of the Carli lash, so it has sort of like, it goes from short to long to short, and it is very wispy, and I feel like the density is absolutely perfect. It's not too thick and it's not thin as well. Okay, so this is my favorite part. You guys should know the inner corner of the eyes. I'm going to use a duochrome eyeshadow from Makeup Geek. I forgot exactly what this one is called, but once again I'll leave that information down below. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to pretty much bronze up my face, and I'm going to use this CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous powder, I think. And I'm going to use it in a deeper shade. I don't remember the exact shade, but I'll leave that information down below. And I'm just going to use it on a Morphe brush and pretty much go in the areas that you would contour, except I'm bronzing. Yeah. And I'm also going to do the same thing on my nose with this exact color, and yeah, just pretty much give my nose a little bit more definition. Okay guys, so next I'm going to go in and I'm going to start contouring my cheekbones. This is totally optional. I just prefer to go in with a darker shade because I just always want my cheekbones to look all defined and all that good stuff. I just like a fuller cheekbone, so that's why I use a darker shade. And I'm going to go in and blush my face with Coppertone blush by MAC. If I didn't mention a product, I will definitely have it listed down below. You guys know that I always list all my products that I use in my description box. And then I'm going to go in and highlight the face. And this is the first time I'm going to use this palette, even though I've had it now for a few weeks. This is the Carli Bybel collab with BH Cosmetics. I'm just so impressed with these highlighter shade, guys. Honestly, you guys could see, it's absolutely gorgeous. I wasn't expecting much from the palette, to be honest. I just saw the highlighter shades. They looked interested, but they are absolutely gorgeous. And what I will say is that I love what she did here, because she put 4 highlighters in the pan, and it's for all skin tones. Like, this is definitely a palette that you can say suits every skin tone. Like, the highlighters range from light to deep bronzy golden shades, so I love that. For lips, I am going to be doing a lip liner to start. This one is Mahogany from MAC. It's sort of like a terracotta red shade, and it's just going to complement the liquid lipstick that I'm going to use. So you guys will see that next. Yes, my lips are dry, but they need to be dry for the lipstick, so don't be calling me out on my dry lips, guys. I know it's dry because I make sure it's dry before I put my lipstick on. And this one is Dose of Colors Brick. I bought this in the set when they first came out, and I think she's released them as singles now on the website. If she's not, you know what, this is a dupable shade. It's unique to a point, but it's very dupable, especially now. There's so many companies that are doing this kind of red bricky color. Definitely I have one by Nars called Marlene that is almost the same exact shade. So that is the look, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to thumbs up and leave your comments down below, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.